What's up? All right, I am in downtown Clovis this time. What a nice little change, huh? So, today we're going to talk about why you should embrace the hard things. Okay? You reap what you sow. This is a cliche line that most people associate with the Bible, or they associate with bad things, right? Well, reaping what you sow, if you were a farmer back in the day, you would know exactly what that meant. You plant good crops or good seed, you're going to reap good things, right? You plant weeds, or you don't plant anything at all, and guess what? You're going to sow crap things that are not useful. Weeds are going to pop up no matter what. So, with that said, the idea that you reap what you sow is what is missing out of most of today, especially with men, right? It's funny when you see somebody who has built their body, you don't think that magically they're born with that, right? Hi, how are you? You don't think that they're magically born with that. You know the amount of work that has went into that. And yet, when it comes to so many other things in life, people have this idea that it should come easy. That I should try and take the easy way out of everything. So for a long time, my wife and I would have a lot of people, as soon as we had 3 kids, we would get people saying, hey, whoa, wow, you know how that happens, right? Don't you guys have a television? Things like that. And as we had 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 9, people would literally not have the ability to comprehend how it is even possible. How it's possible to have that many kids and still be peaceful. And I always give this analogy that if you've done any type of exercise, any type of bodybuilding, any type of weight training, when you first start out, generally, if you're going to bench press, you're going to be bench pressing what? You're going to probably be bench pressing the bar, yeah? And that bar, you can maybe get 4, 5, 6 reps. So that bar right in the beginning doesn't look fancy, but it's still hard, yeah? It's still tough. As time goes on, you're going to be stronger. You're going to be able to add 10 pounds on each side. And then maybe 20 pounds. And then 25. And as you're doing that, does it get easier? When you add 25 pounds on each side, and that's the max that you've been able to do, are you able to bench press that 10 times? Probably not. You're going to be able to bench press that, 4, 5, maybe 6 times, right? But what if you went back? Say you were able to do 25, then 45-pound plates on the side, then two 25, which is 2 45-pound plates on each side. What if you went back to the bar? Would that bar be easy to lift? Just the bar, no plates, no nothing. How many reps would you be able to do? You'd probably be able to do what? You'd probably be able to do 100 reps. When you first started out, you can only do 4, 5, 6 reps. Well, It's no different. No different with kids or business or some trade, some skill that you have. Maybe you're an artist, whatever it is. It is no different. Because yes, where you're at right now, say you go from 4 kids to 5 kids or 1 kid to 2 kids, where you're at right now, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. Say you have a new art that you're practicing and you've been doing it for 2 years. It's always going to be hard as you're trying to get better and better and try new things. When you're on that new thing, it's going to be hard. But if you went back to the very beginning, if you went back to the very first piece that you created, would it be hard? No, you'd probably be able to create it with your eyes closed, right? And so you reaped the benefit of being able to create all these art pieces that took you, that to somebody who just started out, it would be insane. In business, somebody who just started out in business, to make $100 seems impossible sometimes. To make $1,000. I know when I was, back when I was starting my business, to pay my guys, to pay somebody overseas like $500 or whatever to do a project, or $1,000 to do a project, was insane. And now I'm spending hundreds of thousands of dollars every month paying people. Is it hard where I'm at? Heck yeah, there are always challenges. But if I were to go back and try to start in the with trying to make $100, I could make it like that. Same thing goes with children. Our 9 kids, which they are amazing, but if one of them goes to visit grandma, it feels like we're like, oh man, this is so easy. And it's crazy because it's hard a lot of the times, juggling and challenging ourselves to think differently, to act differently, to grow differently, right? But that's only because we're getting better. The struggle, the key of life is to constantly get better and to not avoid these things. This is why television and even social media, all these diversions, sports and stuff, nothing wrong with sports itself if you're playing the sport. But when you're spectating, you're watching somebody else live their life and struggle. Why are you not struggling? Why are you not living your life that way? That is where diversion can become a disaster. And so if you put in the work, you will reap what you sow. And you'll reap good things. If you sow good things, you will reap good things. If you sow good things for your body, for your marriage, for your faith, for your kids, for your skills, you'll reap good things. But if you don't do anything, weeds are going to come up. And you'll reap weeds no matter what. If you don't do anything, you will reap weeds. I live in the country. If I do nothing with areas that I once planted, yes, maybe I'll have a couple things come up that were good things like tomatoes or whatever. But eventually it becomes all weeds. Unless you're into permaculture, but that's a skill, generally you're going to get all weeds, all weeds, all weeds. Okay? Useless. Sometimes disastrous, especially when fires come around. So, you will reap what you sow. So start sowing good things. And that's how you make the best out of difficult situations, because every single difficult situation is meant to help you to grow and to become better.